India, we said that we, the people of India, are giving to ourselves a constitution based on 4 fundamental principles. Justice, and I think many Indians today believe they are not receiving justice at the hands of the Indian state. Please note, I did not say Indian government. I said Indian state, which includes the government, which includes the legislature, which includes the judiciary, which includes all the other institutions that have been set up to run our democracy. People of India are beginning to fear that they are not receiving justice from the state of India. The equality and the difference between the rich and the poor is growing at such a rapid rate. The gap is becoming humongous, and in many other ways, in terms of social equality, in terms of equality of treatment, even in terms of equality in the eyes of the law, the state does not appear to be delivering equality. And most important of all, although this is the least talked about, is the concept of fraternity. I think we should say fraternity and sorority in order to include India. We need a brotherhood, we need a sisterhood. And the word fraternity in our constitution really means humankind, all of us together, believing that we belong to a particular family. The Prime Minister is very fond of saying that India, and in particular Hinduism, is based on the concept of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. He used it as a slogan for the G22 summit. It means that all creation belongs to one family. But within the country, he says, no, there are 2 families. There are the true Indians, who are the Hindus, and then there are the false Indians, who are the other group. That is to go directly against the concept of fraternity. Because if we all belong to one family, then why should we ask who is a Brahmin, who is a scheduled caste, who is an OBC, who is in a religious minority, who constitutes the majority? Unfortunately, you cannot have fraternity or sorority or humanity where there is majoritarian. This is a highly religious industry. The BJP can't get one vote, nor can they in Kerala, despite its being such a religious state. So the Hindus are not against the Muslims. It is the Hindutvists who are against them. And it's absolutely essential that the Muslim intellectuals, and I see that they're largely represented, should make a distinction between the Hindutvists, who are actually anti-Hindu, and the Hindus, who are pro-Hindu but not anti-Muslim. In fact, you cannot be a good Hindu if you are anti-Muslim. I saw that in my mother. She was a total Hindu. She often had nasty things to say about other Hindus. But she never spoke a word against Muslims or Christians. Then you have slogans. Let's say, Hum 80%, Wo 20%. That is, we are 80%. They are 20%. That's That's how Yogi Adityanath brings it. Then Modi said, oh, you can recognize them by their who is there? There's not a single Muslim MP from the Jalsa, from the BJP, in either the Lok Sabha or the Rajya Sabha. They're running this country without Muslims. And they're saying they're going to change Muslim law. How? Without a single Muslim? In our parliament, in our Lok Sabha, we have only 4% Muslims. You could change Hindu law because something like 95% of the members were Hindu. How are you going to change Muslim law in a parliament which has only 4% Muslims? That is why I think the Indian Union Muslim League should have Hindu candidates. That will establish their credentials. And one candidate is available. There were no Muslim candidates put up by the BJP in the state assembly elections of 2017 or 2022. Now the Muslim community is being divided by who talks of reaching out to the Pasmanda, that is the backward Muslim. And he just had a conference of Sufis. Why not of Sunni? Why not of Shia? Why not just of Muslims? Divide and rule was the way the British ruled in India. And now the Modi government is doing exactly. So these empty gestures also make one wonder whether democracy is not at the crossroads. And Parliament has been reduced to a demonstration. The minute Modi gets up to see, and from the audience, Modi. What is this? A public rally? What is it? I am very glad I am not Mr. Wahab's colleague. Because when I was a member of Parliament, matters would be debated, at least in my first term, which was 91 to 97. Matters used to be debated. It started getting bad. Now, they spend all their time at Gandhi's statue. They are artists. Give them circuses and give them bread. And the circuses would be the gladiators who come into the arena. And if the Emperor Nero raised his thumb, one gladiator would kill the other. If he lowered those thumbs, if he raised his thumb, he would. If he lowered his thumb, he would. This is what is happening. I mean, this stupid little meeting of 20 people called the G20. That's why it's called the G20. There were only 28 of them. There were another 20 who called it very safe. Make that total function. I was involved with the NAM Summit in 1983. We had 100, strictly speaking, 99 official delegations and 41 others. There were 100 more delegations than this. We spent under 40 crore rupees. These people have spent over 4,000 crore only in Delhi. And everything is now different. And they tried to cover up where the slums were by putting blinds, green blinds, in front of them. Nobody was fooled.
Deny any Palestinian the right to come home. There are 2 million Arabs, Palestinians, in Israel as second-class citizens of Israel. And in the territories that he occupied in 1967, the West Bank and Gaza, they are being oppressed. In the West Bank, they are being treated like the Baltistan of South Africa. In Gaza, it is the people who have elected Hamas in place of the People's Liberation Organization. But the reason why